When we take a look at the weekly parsha, or the weekly parshios, many have more relevance than others. Some of them are more exciting with the storyline, and some of them, the storyline is not necessarily as exciting, but the mitzvahs that we learn about in the weekly parsha are very compelling and relevant. Arguably, if we take a look at the entire Torah, one can make an argument that this week's parsha, or these parshios, this week it's a double parsha of Tazria and Mitzvah, are the least relevant in the entire Torah. And the reason for that is because the Torah talks about somebody being diagnosed with something called tsaras. And tsaras basically is a physical symptom of a skin disorder, but it does have spiritual underpinnings for this condition. And the Torah teaches us how the person gets diagnosed by the Kohen. He goes into a quarantine, and he or she goes through a process of purification before they can return to society. I think this year, one may make the argument that the lessons of Tazria and Mitzvah are perhaps more relevant than ever. And that is, of course, because we find ourselves in the midst of COVID-19, which is sending us into quarantine. We're all sheltered up. And we long for the day when we can also get back into society in a fully engaged manner without any restrictions. And as the Torah prescribes the solution to reaching this state of purification, we long for that day as well. I would just like to focus in on one point, how the Torah emphasizes we're supposed to go ahead and engage in the process of purification, and really learn from that how we can go ahead and take advantage of this opportunity as well. So when the Mitzvah goes into quarantine, the Torah says, Badad Yeshev, he should sit by himself. He should sit by himself for at least a period of 7 days. Now, what is the point of Badad Yeshev, of this solitary confinement, so to speak, this self-imposed solitary confinement? And the rabbis have taught us that it's important sometimes in life for a person to take a time out and engage in some personal reflection. Because when we're so caught up with the daily grind, with the daily challenges, we don't pay enough attention and reflect enough about our goals in life. We don't reflect enough about our priorities in life. We don't reflect enough about whether or not we're spending time on the important things, and perhaps we should spend less time on the not such important things. And that can only be accomplished in a situation where we take a time out. So we are blessed as a nation with the gift of Shabbos. That's one of the primary reasons of Shabbos. We're supposed to take a time out from engaged labor, and we're supposed to reflect upon our relationship with God, spend more time with our family, our community. But sometimes there needs to be an opportunity for even further reflection. Like the Mitzvah, he or she developed and was diagnosed with a physical condition, but it has spiritual underpinnings. In order for the person to be restored to society, needs to undergo this process of Badad Yeshev. So I think this year, that's an important point that we all need to reflect upon. As we are sheltered in our homes, our lives have been turned upside down, and as we all know, there's no sector in life, no sector in society that has been unaffected by this. So we need to reflect on Badad Yeshev, the concept of sitting alone and understanding that this is not just a difficulty, and it's not just a challenge, which of course it is, but it's also an opportunity for growth. Let us use this opportunity to reflect upon the important goals that we have in life. Where are our priorities? How we go ahead and spend our times with our family, with our faith, reflecting on our relationship with God. And hopefully, just as the Mitzvah reached his state of purification, and was able to go ahead and rejoin society. After our period of Badad Yeshev, we'll be able to go ahead and be restored to society in a fully engaged and healthy manner. Have a wonderful Shabbos.